Okay. Welcome everybody. Welcome to today's political joint. My name is Victor Sioku, and I'm here to share the current and the most trending news for the day. The top news for the day is the court granting P2B and his team the right or the access to inspect Inec materials. So we already know what's been trending since the 25th of February when we had the presidential and the National Assembly elections. Yeah, there are so much controversies here and there about INEC not doing the needful, about INEC causing some will I say elements of voter suppression and a whole lot of irregularities that happened on that day. And the opposition party, that is the PDP, the People's Democratic Party, and the LP, that's the Labour Party, have joined forces even with the ADC and the NNPP to come out to say, see, there were irregularities with these elections and we want these elections to be cancelled. And at the same time, the People's Democratic Party, through its candidate, Atiku Abubakar, and the LP's candidate, Peter Obi, the both of them are saying that they won the elections and that they are heading to the court. So before I get into full details of the day, I want us to get ready. Allow me to take about 2 minutes so that our viewers can come together and our contributors can join us so that we will have a very interactive moment today. So give us some time and we'll keep it rolling. Okay. Yeah, Mr. George, I can see you are there. Thanks for joining. We appreciate. Yeah. So in less than 2 minutes, we'll go strong. Welcome, guys. I see y'all. So if you are tuned in, please share the links for people to join us. We're going to have a very interactive session today. So please share the links. People can join. If you want to join by video, you join by video. If you want to join by audio, you join by audio. You have the choice to make. We do show that we will be having an interactive session today. Yeah. Okay. Sharing now. Now enjoying the conversation. Okay. 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 Be there shortly. Shortly, we'll start the conversation properly. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Thanks for joining. Yo. So the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal today went agog due to different reactions that the Court of Appeal granted. Well, I say everybody that came on today. Today was just more like a Christmas day in the Court of Appeal. One can call that fairness. I think I call that fairness. So we'll get into details shortly. Okay. Yeah, thanks for joining. Paragon. I can see you. I see you. Oh, we do sure going to get a good day here. Come on, guys. Thanks for joining. Nice. Okay. In 30 seconds, we hit the ground running. Okay. Okay. Welcome to today's edition of the Political Joint. My name is Victor Sioku, and I'm very happy to have you here. Okay. So before we start the day, we'll go to tabmedia.com to see headlines before we hit the ground running. So I'll be sharing the screen to show us what's happening on the news today. So remember, tabmedia.com is your one-stop joint for news. Monday to Monday, Monday to Saturday, Monday to Sunday, every day of the week, 247. You go in there, you get your news, and you will be blessed. Okay, so top of the news here, that's the major headline we have. PDP presidential candidate Atiku appoints 18 sons to prove victory. Whoa, 18 sons to prove victory. That's a lot. So this is about sons. So far, within the three major political parties, how many sons do we have right now? Wow. We're talking about how many? 50 senior advocates of Nigeria. Remember, the LP, that's the Labour Party, has 20. The APC, that is the winning party, and the current holders of the seats have 12 senior advocates of Nigeria that are going to, guide their mandate. Yes, that's the word, to guide their mandate. Why the PDP today to share the information that they are coming with their battalion of 12 senior advocates of Nigeria. Wow. What does that mean? That means that for the next 3 months from now to May 29th, there will be a whole lot of legal tussles in Nigeria. Wow. What a great time for our lawyers to make their own part of their money. Okay, remember, before now it was just about media. The media people were just cashing out. If you are having a strong media company, man, you're good to go. This is your season. And the logistic company, and the printing press company, a whole lot. Somebody is buzzing me there. Somebody is buzzing me. Okay. Welcome on board. So Well, like I was saying, um, 18 cents. So, but well, let's watch out what these lawyers can prove. Okay. Well, I was going through the details of these lawyers, especially for the APC and even the LP party. When you come to federal character, oh come on, federal character did not play a role there. But well, does it mean that one side have well, I say smart lawyers out there? Maybe. Well, I'll leave that for some data analysts to handle that. Okay. Well, for the daily feed on the right hand side of tavmedia.com, we have the daily feed and it says, I will just run them quickly. Okay. Police investigate suspected burning of spare parts market in Lagos. Wow. Yeah, that was a big news out there, and it's unfortunate. It's unfortunate that there are fingers pointing that political talks went to a particular market that had a particular ethnic majority in that market and burnt it down. Well, the LP candidate of the Labour Party candidate, that's the gubernatorial candidate of Labour Party in Lagos State, that's Vivor. He was there live to tell the people out there well, for me, he used the opportunity to do his campaign, and he was there to tell the people of the market. The market is just by Apapa, and he told them point blank that if he becomes the next governor, that he will rebuild the market immediately. So that's that for that news, and we have for sports. Bellingham was not impressed with the referee at Stamford Bridge. Well, for our sports loving fans, mind you, TAF TV brings to you sports news and reactions. If you are not following our reactions every weekend, oh, you're missing a lot. Oh, and what about the live watch along um, uh, releases that we've been doing out there for you guys? If you're a sports loving fan, especially football, oh, tune to TAF TV, tune to tafmedia.com for more information. Oh, today was International Women's Day, and during our newspaper review, we said so much about International Women's Day. I think Nigeria needs to do more with respect to equity and fairness to our ladies, to our women, to our girls. We are not doing so much about that. So for the news we have here on Women's Day, Buhari says Nigeria committed to promoting gender equality. Are you sure? Are you sure these are not just mere words? Because these words are not being put to action. They're not being put to action. Just like I said, the senators that were elected, only 3 women out of 100 senators, only three, just three. That's 3%. Where we're talking of equity of giving women 40%. We're not even talking about 50-50 here. We're talking about 40%. 40. And we just had only 3 women. Okay, what about the gubernatorial candidates? Look at what is happening to the woman in River State. How she's been suppressed. Oh, let's not just go too much details. Go into too much of the details there. Okay. Oh, to the music fans, we have Rema's Calm Down emerges top 15 on Billboard Hot 100. Okay. For music lovers, you can open that and check more. Then lastly, federal government urges Nigerians in diaspora to support Tinubu's government. That is the news out there for you. Thank you guys for staying here. Wow, we have more persons out here that have joined the conversation, and I really appreciate. Really appreciate. Okay, then we go. I need to off my screen. Okay, now. So we have our top topic to discuss today. Court grants P2B access to inspect Inec materials. So at the appeal court today, we saw it happen that the court not just only granting access to P2B to access Inec materials. Remember, the PDP are also in the news. Access have been given to them, and even the ruling party, that's the APC, through its president-elect, that's Ahmed Bola Tinubu, he also got that access to check what is happening. I think some persons might be like, oh, why would the winning party be asking for access? I think it is a normal thing to do, because just what if you are the winning side, you'll be like, oh, if the opposition are getting access to this, please let me get access so that I can also know how to educate myself or the legal team on how to go about this case. So I think that's the major reason out here that they want to access this material so that they can make clearer judgments in with respect to their strategies. Okay, so for the obedient family, there is a whole lot of jubilation going out there that they've been granted access, but that's one part of it. But there is also not so much jubilation when the Court of Appeal gave Inec the right to reconfigure the beavers. I think that's the bigger news out there. We'll go into details about that. But first of all, let me invite one of our guests here to hear from him. Let's hear from him. Let's hear from him. That is Mr. George. Mr. George, are you there? Are you there, Mr. George? Can you hear me? Yeah, Mr. George, can you hear me? Okay, let's wait for Mr. George. Let's wait for Mr. George. Okay, just a moment, guys. Just a moment. Just a moment. Okay, no, I can't hear you, but just hold on. Just hold on. Let me find out why. Just hold on, Mr. George. Let me find out why. Okay, Mr. George, I can hear you now.
Okay, you can hear me now.
Yes, I can hear you now, Mr. George.
All right. Good evening, Victor.
Good evening, Mr. George. So, what can you make out of today's headline? COP grants P2B access to inspect INEC material. Aside that, I will also want you to tell us about court granting INEC permission to reconfigure the beavers. Please play.
Uh, okay. I think INEC giving OB and Atiku the access to the beavers or electoral materials. Though the second news, I've not heard it. What I've been reading from other news line is INEC court turned down INEC proposal to stop the to reconfigure their materials. So I don't know which for these other ones have that news, but with what I have here, is a well meant for at least that's the number one or the fairness. If I will use that word, that's what I've seen in the judgment. So let them take it up from there, and the court is doing. They should be very fair on this because this is the hope of the common man. In order not to aggravate the mass, make sure they grant all fairness to everybody. Grant three contesting parties in this. That is it for me. For the other part of the news, I'm not the information you are giving now. But if that's the case, I will still say Nigerian judiciary. That's why most of us have lost hope. If a if a if a if a of such jurisdiction can head to alter what another court Republic of Nigeria has given, trying to alter it is not saying that we are used to that here in Nigeria, but let's see how it. Trust me, it won't go same way because the this time around players are not just ordinary players. They can do that with maybe those of Nnamdi Kano and all these other they have neglected some vital issues. But in this time, to believe it will not really be possible because of the heavy weight.
Okay.
So that is it.
Okay, thanks for that contribution. But let me also ask you now. Okay, well, it's all over the news. It's all over the news. I assure you that. Okay, the report that INEC has granted, sorry, the appeal court has granted INEC the right to reconfigure the beavers. So, mind you, there are some there are high trust issues happening right now. Reason because many Nigerians don't see INEC as being fair. They don't see INEC as being transparent because INEC has not come out to say, okay, these are the areas that we really had issues. Okay, especially what happened in River State, where core members, that's the presiding officers of INEC on the election day, almost lost their lives somewhere highly endangered at that day because the beavers failed them to to do their duties on the election day, more especially in imputing the results. And they got so much rage, and some people in some units were so violent to these presiding officers. And at the end of the day, we got the news that yes, the frustration was just too much that even some political talks took charge of some units and carted away with the beavers and the electoral material. So right now, the issue from Nigerians are like, come to think of it, why would INEC ask for time and the permission to reconfigure these beavers, knowing that the beavers stands to be more like the number one, can I state it that way? Maybe the number one evidence for this election, because data stored in the beavers, which transmits to the server, can be collected back and be assessed and be analyzed so that we can find out, okay, these opposition parties that are fighting tooth and nail right now, saying that they are the ones that won this election, saying that their votes did not count, what then happens? So the issue right now is that how will INEC within these few days restore the hope that they promised Nigerians that elections will be fair, will be transparent? Please help me with that, Mr. George.
Okay, thank you very much. For me, like our science, this is not these things are not rocket science. Why did I say that? These are devices with some hardware's memory, software memory, anyhow we can put it. Now, information, those data in Beaver can be transferred into a hard drive. Even, most times the people that rule us are very archaic. Yes, judges are from the art much about these things. What is the issue? They want those informations in the beavers to be reconfigured, right? You need your beaver machine to rerun election in 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 this month of March on the 11th. Fine. What is the way out? This is where it is quite important that these machines are still used election. But mind you, INEC never stated this before now. Mentioned that after the use of beavers, that they will still use that same beavers and conduct gubernatorial election. They never said that. But how do we get these issues solved? One, they should data in beavers to cloud drive, then format. By so Jones, we are still looking for will be there. This information go ahead and conduct their election. These are simple things. For me, INEC, there is a not just being straightforward with all these looking at it very well, you find out that okay, INEC, comes for justice, comes with a clean hand. There are some manipulations, even when you go through the IREV and all whatnot, manipulations. You see a lot of you see a lot of mutilations on those papers. If you go to a bank money, if you go to a bank to withdraw money and you have
Okay.
a your paper,
Yes.
bankers won't, that payment won't go through. Nigerians are not illiterate, for crying out loud. These people are just making us feel like, oh, fools, we don't know what we are doing. You understand? You guys are not.
Yes.
The truth is, most of all the Gen Zs are here. So you can start telling Nigerians that, oh, this one happened, this one fallacy. You don't just come and play on the intelligence of the smartest people, of the smartest black people in the world. Take it from me. Nigerians are not fools. We are
Yes.
learning that didn't go to school are smart. So you don't just wake up and tell Nigerians, okay, all those documents, someone mutilated you was held accountable for mutilating results. It done. Okay, now after mutilating the results, why is it that it's supposed to be between Labour Party why we are other results, other people's scores, other party scores, where we are then. So this is a very clear evidence. These are very, very clear evidence. INEC chairman, I want to believe, has what he is hiding. He believes
Okay.
that the election was done free and fair. He should allow to do what they want to do. Remember, the election are Nigerian money, the citizens' money. Accountable to know, okay, we ask you people to run election for us. How far? So we need to tell ourselves the truth and stop hiding under the court ruling. You can say, oh, INEC should do. What kind is it? How the judiciary is it? How also I just want to blame the judiciary, if you ask me, because the judiciary has belittled themselves that nobody, everybody come out. Just look at a judge. During my when I was little, we used to respect judges. You see a judge in a queue, in a bank queue, you know why I'm a judge. I beg, because they've lost their integrity, they've lost their honor. Because of that profession, a lot of people pay heavily to study law. But now
Hmm.
just get that vibes of, I beg, leave these people. I beg, my money. A common man doesn't have confidence, even as they are saying it's even suspicious for them to go to the court, go to, go to court, go to court. while they believe they can manipulate things from the court.
Yes.
Like it
Okay,
or
Mr.
not,
George.
this
Hmm.
is not gonna be business as usual.
Okay. Thank you for those comments. But I will say this before I will let you in again. Okay. So we should have it in mind that we're talking about INEC today, and we should have it in mind that the INEC chairman, Professor Yakubu, was at Chatham House, and he made so much promises out there when he was at Chatham House. Remember, um, Mr. P2B was there, Tinubu was there, so the Chatham House was more like uh, a place where Nigerians went to showcase. I mean, our politicians went to showcase their strength, their ability and capability to rule the nation. And the INEC chairman was there too to let Nigerians know that INEC was ready, ever ready, ready than never before. And if you notice, that really pushed Nigerians to go out and vote. But now the issue right now is that the numbers that we have isn't so um convincing that Nigerians really came out to vote. Why am I saying this? Because just about 29%, just about 29%, or we can even approximate it to 30% of registered voters turned out. And Nigeria, we were even projecting, our political analysts were projecting that with the way Nigerians came out to register for the election, came out to pick up their PVCs. In as much as, yes, we also had issues where PVCs in some regions of the country were not distributed speedily. And in some cases, that political saboteurs were out there to suppress people. So what then happened? They went out to steal or cut away with PVCs, and we had the incident in Newi, in Newi North to be precise, that PVCs were found in the bush. But that aside, the turnout, even by Chatham House, from the press release that they gave, they stated that the turnout was just so low. And from all of understanding, the turnout, when put together from 1999 to date, it's on record that this turnout was just so low, lower than 1999, lower than 2007 and 2015. So, what then caused it when you ask the question? So, I think analytically, from my own point of view, I think two things are involved right now. One, it could be that back in the days, in 1999, in 2007, in 2003, and the rest, that the numbers then were just doctored. Doctored in the sense that this time around, due to the beaver system, mind you, the beavers has helped us to get the numbers of accredited voters. Okay, I will point out that the numbers that we have, that is the 30% of the numbers that we had at the voters turnout, might just be plus and minus 1% or 2%. Okay, plus and minus 1% or 2%. Reason, because these numbers were collected from the people that accredited. So remember, the election was you must get accredited on, or you will not vote. So if you don't get accredited, that means you just have to go home. So what does that also tell us? It could be that back in the days, the numbers were doctored, one, and secondly, why we had that low turnout could also be that some persons came out to vote and they weren't able to vote. They weren't even able to get accredited. Reason, because voter suppression occurred in many places. Remember, from some files that we saw over the internet, some polling units, you will see some political talks coming out to tell people, see, if you are not voting for our candidate, just go home. There's no need to do accreditation. Just carry your bag and go home. And that could have also cost some persons not to be there to vote. One. Secondly, the issue of the lateness of INEC, and that is their own problem. Why am I saying it's their own problem? Because the election has been planned at from 8 o'clock, in fact, latest 8:30, that INEC officials should be at their polling unit. And what happened? In many cases, 12 noon, 1 o'clock, they have not arrived. And some even arrived and they were not prepared. Some even arrived and came with the wrong materials. And that blame should go to the head and the leadership of INEC. And when such thing happened, Nigerians, some Nigerians are not patient. They might not just wait it out. They just go home and relax. So Chatham House has released that statement. They have released the statement strongly saying that INEC has disappointed the people. INEC did not meet to the expectation of the people. So INEC, they really scored INEC so low, and that's really raised some issues out there. So will Nigerians be able to come out March 11th to vote? That's a big issue. In fact, personally, I think if we have up to 90%, did I say 90%? No. If we have up to 50% of the voters coming out to vote for their state representative, both in the State House of Assembly and their gubernatorial candidates, will they be able to come out? That's a big question there. So I'm going back to Mr. George on this question. Now, Mr. George,
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me?
okay. Yes, I can hear you loud and clear. So, Mr. George, with all that, what do you make out of it?
Okay. Now, this is our nation, and we know where our strengths and our weaknesses lies. When it comes to data, Nigeria is faulted in terms of data. Can you hear me?
100%. I can hear you, sir.
Okay. Now, Nigeria is faulted when it comes to data. Now, our data collection, our migration, there's a migration documentation. Up to today, Nigerians don't know how many Nigerians that have left the nation between that have left the nation between let's say 4 years ago. Nigerians don't know, because you can't tell me that those people don't have beavers. Don't have
PVCs.
What's it called again? PVCs. That is number one. So whether you like it, there were some PVC flights that must have happened, and checking the age brackets of people that traveled, you find out that these are people between 18. People must have traveled. That is one. Two,
Okay.
death rate. Most people must have died. Three, in terms of issuing PVC, a lot of people were not able to collect their PVC. Why? Because of INEC incompetency. Why did I say that? Now the elections are over. Please, outside conducting election, is there any other job INEC does for Nigeria? Yet we pay salary month to month to people working in INEC. That is one question. Now, elections are over. Can't INEC start from day one to enroll people for PVC? We have 4 years between now and next election. Can't INEC start now? Can't we ever be proactive in our government sectors? Can't INEC start now to enroll people for their PVC and collection? Between now and next 4 years, people will successfully get it. That is one. Then two, In order to stop this gate crashing of PVC, people lining up to get their PVC, can't INEC make their registration easier, that once you register, even if you register online or however, okay, let's not say online because of Nigeria, we don't know, maybe we've not gotten to that point, but you go to INEC office between now and the next 4 years, you register, just walk in, register. INEC gives you a temporary ID card and allows you to print the ID card on your own. Because whether you want to believe it or not, INEC providing the ID card by themselves is nonsense. It has no security. It has no security. What's it called? It has no security alignment. All you need in your card is, so long you have been registered on INEC database, you have your own security number. You have your security number or any form of number that identifies your unique number. All you do is, like people, what's it called, national identification number. People go and print their own, not waiting for National Population Council to print it for them. Now, can't INEC do same thing? Or you just need come and register. If you register, then if you're in a hurry to get you go and print your own. The barcodes will be at the back of the because it is coming from their server. Must INEC print card for everybody? Then at the end of the day, we start gate crashing. We start manipulating, trying to make people not to collect theirs, especially when these are this person's stronghold. So for me, everything about this election, INEC aided in rigging it. Because when did INEC
why would you say that?
That is with this highlight I just gave to you. How can INEC start registration for, let's say, 6 months to election, or even 1 year to election, which I know they didn't start 1 year to election.
But Mr. George, I need to cut you in here. Remember,
Yes.
the registration was ongoing. Okay, at a time it was stopped. Then they needed young people, young Nigerians. I mean, the ones that have clock 18, and the people that have maybe need to transfer their PVC due to their change of location and all that. I think on their own part, it was not just a fresh registration from for the first time. They already had their database. Nigerians already had their PVCs. They just needed to add more numbers to the register.
Okay, now let me ask you one question. How many bets, at least if I'm to be certain, people give bets every day, right?
Yes, they do.
People give bets every day. Now, if you check population of the bet rate for total Nigeria, in Port Harcourt, maybe more than 100 persons must have given bet in Port Harcourt in 1 day. Now, in the next 18 years, okay, let's even take it 2020 or 30-30 every day. 2020 or 30-30 every day. Now, 30 times 30 times 12 times 4 years. That is only Port Harcourt. So, what I am trying to say is PVC shouldn't be an electoral election time arrangement. No. INEC office is an office, is a functional office, it's a functional organization that receives salary every month. Why can't they do PVC as working project? Just when you come, so long I clock in, there are people that will clock in 18 years today, do you know?
Yes.
There are people that will clock in tomorrow. So those people will now wait till next. If, for example, those people are in Anambra, in Imo State will do their election anytime soon. So those people will not vote.
You have automatically disenfranchised those people.
Yes, yes.
I don't know if you understand what I'm trying to say.
No, I agree with you. There should be better ways for them to go about this.
They
Okay. Yes, there should be
know.
better ways.
They know. Do you want to tell
Yes,
me
and please.
that Inec doesn't get budget monthly?
No, they do. They do.
So what are they doing with it? Is it just to pay salary? Okay, after election and Inec office closes? No. What are those people working? That means we are throwing away money. We should make Inec an ad hoc organization. Towards the end of towards the election time, we recruit everybody, both the chairman and everybody. No, that's what it means.
Funny.
Because there is
funny, Mr. George.
they are not making an impact. They are not creating impact. How can you stay for 4 good years towards the end of the you now start? Okay, now a lot of people did not get their PVCs. Even if they did it that way, okay, they gate crashed it. After gate crashing it, can you allow people to go and print their card by themselves? It can never be duplicated because it is the real information already is in the system. I don't know if you understand me. The real information
I do get you.
is in the system.
I do get you. Okay, can I come in here, please?
Yeah,
I really get what you're saying, but let's also like what you were saying. I'm aligning to what you're saying because in many cases, take a look at ATM cards. Many banks, you just walk in, they have your data, just like Inec has our data. You should just be able to walk into an Inec office, okay, and you get your cards that day, and you go.
Simple.
I don't see the reason why Inec will be stressing Nigerians. And at the end of the day, let's also tell ourselves the truth.
They will rig the election.
Inec does not lack. Okay, not about rigging the election. Inec does not lack money, as far as I'm concerned, because many a times when they throw in their budget, nobody argues with them. You just give them their money. Just like what happened this time around, 300 billion naira. And out of the 300 billion naira to prepare for this election, 100 billion was set aside for the beavers machines. 100 billion. And at the end of the day, we cannot say that the beavers performed. At the end of the day, the IREF, that's the server there, they told Nigerians that it will be live, that people should just log in as elections, as the results are being called, that Nigerians will be seeing the live feed. But that didn't happen. But I think at the end of the day, if Nigeria wants to get serious with these electoral reforms, some people should be questioned for their ineptitude act. Some people should be questioned for being irresponsible. Some people should by now be charged to court. Right now, some people should be charged to court. Reason, because some Inec officials out there compromised. We could see the evidence are just out there. And I've not even heard any information that, see, okay, this Inec official or that Inec official is awaiting trial. And we are talking about 10 days after the election. When will that happen? When will the force, the police, our police system be able to come out and prosecute people? So these are the questions that I have for you, George. How can we be able to hold INEC responsible going forward, so that if you are being given a mandate or being given a job, be it an ad hoc staff, be it a full-time staff, be it a part-time staff in INEC, you should take these things seriously. How will Nigeria, Mr. George, go about these things?
Okay. For me, we should also, our constitution should stipulate this. Now, what is the offense and what are the offense and also what they spell out. It will be very good.
Okay.
Yeah, I can hear you.
it will be very good that these things are spelled out. The laws should be spelled out. You know, looking at INEC making all the laws and putting some minor penalties that they know that, oh, this one no be issue now. Pay 500,000 naira fine, jump and pass. You know, making laws that, oh, is INEC. After the election, everything will die. Is it not Nigerians? So they should make laws. INEC should come back to the National Assembly. National Assembly should look into it. But what you should just know is that these people are working hand in hand with the politicians. They always want to leave a loophole whereby during um, what's it called, judiciary process, they will find a loophole in which they can just pass through. So because of that, they always leave a loophole that, you know, they when they came up with this proposal of beavers and IREV, everybody was, well, nobody was actually looking towards the loopholes. Nobody was looking at the loopholes because we so much believe, oh, it will work, it will work. And whether you like it or not, it worked. But INEC, I will say it again, rigged it. Why did I say INEC rigged it? INEC rigged it because INEC did not follow the laws. The law said INEC should transmit. Nobody's talking about it. You should transmit, and nobody transmitted, and nobody is going to jail. Nobody is, nothing is happening. You know, the INEC chairman is moving around like a king with escorts and all the, moving around. So they should be held accountable. And the only way, believe me, the only way they can be held accountable is only when we get that new Nigeria. With this old Nigeria, nothing will happen. If you make laws, those laws will be flouted by these men. It's not like we are not living in a jungle. It's not like Nigeria doesn't have law. We have laws, but these laws these guys have not been caught up with in the web. There is no web to catch them. Even if they come up with a web, they find their way out of the web. So Nigeria have laws. So even if you say do it like this, the person should go to life imprisonment, blah 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 blah. With this old Nigeria, it will still not happen. It is only in new Nigeria, the Nigeria in which every young man is looking for. You know, it was like a prophecy when Peter B said it, when a son of a no man becomes somebody. My brother, the prophecy didn't take too long. A lot of people, a lot of son of nobody, a lot of children of nobody became House of federal, not even state. A lot became that just in this past election. They couldn't stop it because most of them, their eyes were just there to deliver their grandmaster. Now, now look inward and see if that new Nigeria comes, where will you be hiding? If you're a son of a no man and you go there and mess up, to throw you out of there will just be, even it's ordinary people will throw you out of there. But these guys we are talking about have amassed wealth. They have become so powerful that, men, they are above the laws. Sometimes the law are made for the common men, not for the bourgeois. These are the lawmakers. So the laws are not for them. So there is nothing I would say here that do it this way, don't do it this way. The ones that they have flouted, what has happened? Nothing has happened. So if you ask me, until that new Nigeria comes, that is when we can hold them accountable. You know, they keep telling us, hold their leaders accountable. My brother, can you see Tinubu on the road and stop him, Oga? The way you... No!
If you try it, you will go to jail. You know how many journalists that went to jail within these 8 years? Some governors throw them into the prison without any hearing, they've been there. Activists have been crying out, for these guys to be released. Nothing has been done. Why? Because they are above the law. But
Yes.
if it is in the new Nigeria, you dare not. You can't even think of it. Because you know that the leader is someone that is so transparent that even won't even dare trying what you are about to do. So you just queue up. He's that guy that even a common man might call him on phone. A common man might just dial, Oga, see what is happening. You understand? So that is the Nigeria everybody is looking for. Without that, Mr. Victor, nothing is going to happen. There is no law that you will draft out that will make a difference. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. George. Thank you. I really had fun with you today. Thank you for the cool and nice information you've dropped out there for our viewers out there. This is the Political Joint, and thank you guys. This will be drawing the curtains down right now. Thank you guys for joining us, and we really appreciate it. Remember, you have to, for you to be part of this program, please keep to us keep to us by clicking on that notification button. That is, when we come on live, it will pop up on your screens and you'll be able to join us. This is a program that is very interactive. I hope by next time you viewers out there will have the opportunity to join us. Thank you very much and have a great one.
Goodbye. Yeah, thank you, Victor. Have a nice day.
Thank you.